Love is my religion. Love is my religion, yeah. Love is my religion. All you need is love. All you need is love. All my life I've been searching to see what this life is worth. Love is my religion. Love is my religion, yeah. Love is my religion. All you need is love. I don't condemn, I don't convert. This is the calling, have you heard? Bring all the lovers to the fold. No one is gonna lose their soul. I don't wanna fight. Hey, let's go fly a kite. There is nothing we can't cure, and I'll keep you in my arms for sure. Love is my religion. Love is my religion, yeah. Love is my religion. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love.
We did.
We're a little late starting. Not much though.
Well, God morning, everyone.
And aloha.
Aloha.
And almost Happy New Year.
It is almost Happy New Year.
Oh,
Well,
it's
it is.
already Happy New Year, right?
Right,
Okay.
Happy New Moment.
In case you don't know who we are, I'm Reverend Rita. This is Reverend Patrick. You're at Center for Spiritual Living, Kauai, in case you don't know that. Yeah, you never know. Sometimes we just wander around in Kapa'a. Anyway, here we are. And before we start, first of all, I want to introduce Barbara Davis over there on the piano. Yay, she's with us
Barbara.
today. And we just have a couple of little announcements, not much. Next Sunday is Bring a Friend Sunday. So bring a friend. And bring as many friends as you want. And also we'll have Rap with the Revs after service, which is just a time to get to know Patrick and I and to share your own stories. And we just kind of sit in a sharing circle. It's really powerful. We've done it for a couple of months now. And we get to know each other on a different level.
And we end it with a rap.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
I need to do that again. And we end it with a rap. Oh, it's like pulling teeth at 9 a.m. I'm telling you.
And then we just want to inform you, now this is not next Sunday, but it will be January 14th, so you can start putting it in your head, that we are going to meet at Lydgate Park on January 14th for our big Sacred Journey welcome and service with the Sacred Earth Choir, who will be singing. So it's a big potluck feast, and we want you all to be there. So that just put January 14th, 9 a.m. on your schedule.
And you know, this is our 5th sacred journey that we've done. Can you imagine? So we've all been there. Most of it has been there for 5 times. So you know that what that means is we need help setting up and breaking down. So we're going to have a little sign up in the back, and just sign up and let me know that if you can help us out on that day.
And if you don't know what the Sacred Journey is, once a year in January, we welcome people from all over the world. And actually on Kauai, too, we have several people from Kauai that take it. It's a week-long sort of retreat journey that we do. And it's very powerful. So there'll be and there's 18 participants, and they'll all be here next Sunday. Not next Sunday, January 14th.
Right.
Okay.
And last but not least,
The Spiritual Living
just walked
Circle with Rebecca DeRoos is on Thursday, January 18th from 3:30 to 5, in case there's a mistake in the program, which I don't think there is. All right, and Rebecca's back there if you want to talk to her.
And we have a lot of things in your program. Somebody hold up a program just to show. They're very good. And on the back is everything in January, so you have it all there. And we will not have to tell you until next week.
Oh, one more thing. It's important. You got one of these, hopefully, when you walked in the door. Did you get one? And with a little piece of paper with it? That's for our ceremony at the end of service. So just kind of follow the directions and write on that so we can have it ready by the end of service. Just be thinking about an intention you want to put on there. It's confidential. Nobody's going to see it but you.
Matter of fact, it'll disappear immediately.
Yeah. And we'll explain the rest of that later, all right? And if you didn't get one, Malama team, maybe you could raise your hand and they could help you. All right. Okay, I think we're good.
Good.
All right, so let's take a deep breath.
I think you want to get to
Yes.
We have a new peace candle that we've been doing. Wow, almost a year now we've been doing this peace, taking a moment for peace. And we believe that peace is a big thing. So that's why we have this wonderful peace candle. Oh, Lordy. But I had a beautiful prayer that crossed my desk this morning, and it's from Ernest Holmes. And so I thought, wow, what a perfect opportunity to read this, what his prayer was for universal peace. So as we light this, a universal prayer for the good of all mankind, to bring peace to our hearts, to our homes, to our minds, and to our souls, from today to eternity. Infinite Spirit, bring peace and goodwill to all peoples. Direct the pathway of every nation into unity, happiness, and prosperity. Remove the thought of fear and greed from the mind of man. Let every thought of hate be turned to love. Every thought of fear turn to faith. Every thought of doubt turn to certainty. Every thought of war be turned to peace. Heal the wounds of the world and bring peace upon the face of the earth. And so it is. Now. So take a moment of silence for this wonderful energy of peace that starts right within each and every one of us. And so it is. Before we start, I have to say you look like you're going to a nice New Year's Eve celebration. You look beautiful today.
I thought I'd get dressed early. Yeah, exactly.
Party all day.
All right. So in case you don't know where you are in a Center for Spiritual Living, where we practice the science of mind and spirit based on the teachings of Ernest Holmes. It's a universal teaching. Ernest Holmes was a synthesizer, and he brought all teachings from Buddhism to Hinduism to all Sufism to everything brought together with one common thread, which was that divine spirit lives within us, and that we have the power of our minds to create the lives that we wish for ourselves and we want for ourselves. So our minds are powerful, and we choose to use them to the highest ability at all times, and to use them with love mostly is the key to this teaching is love. It's based in love and love only. So welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai.
That's right? And this center that you're sitting in, we like to think of it as a charger on Sundays, that you come here and you're able to be wrapped in love, wrapped in this energy, this pure energy that's never been touched by anything but what? Good. And we come together, and this is what we call our family. And the good news about it is we're all individual, but we're all one, and then we get to take all of this wonderful energy out into the world, out into the streets, and we don't keep it right in these four walls, kind of. So who is here for the very first time? Raise your hand. I know William is. There you go. Oh, first time. Hello. Okay, we have some information about you that we would like to share, if you don't mind, with everyone. Well, let's not make it a drum roll. Let's just tell them what we know. Okay. You are magnificent.
Yes.
Did you know that?
You are magnificent.
Yes. Now you know. No more fear, my friend. You are magnificent. And so we know that about you because we knew it about ourselves, and we know it about ourselves. Because there is no way, no matter what we say, whether it be love or peace or anything, that we can know that about anything unless we know it about ourselves. So we have come together to remember that. So let's just say it all together, shall we? I am magnificent. And if you think it just stays in this room, you are so wrong. Because there's a man back there that looks very, very official behind that camera. And he is allowing what happens at CSL Kauai not to stay here. It goes out to the mainland. It goes out to the living rooms of people that didn't get up to come here this morning and are still in their pajamas. Hello, aloha. Okay, so let us just let them know who they are, shall we? You are magnificent. Okay, that's enough. Just somebody to your left, to your right, let somebody know who they are. You are magnificent. You are magnificent.
You are magnificent.
Magnificent Harry. There we go.
You are magnificent. You are magnificent.
You are magnificent.
No, you are.
You are very.
You are magnificent.
You are magnificent.
We have something at the door for you too.
You are magnificent. Yay.
You are magnificent.
All right, shall we all stand up and let's have our opening song with this magnificence.
And we're going to be relying on Barbara for a minute because we don't know this song, or maybe some of us do.
It's in your program, though.
The words are in your program. So sing loud, Barbara.
We've all been together before, dancing and singing along the same shore. So weavers of sound and light, gather together once more. We gather to share our love. We gather to share our love. So weavers of sound and light, gather together once more. We send our love out to all the world. We send our love out to all the world. So weavers of sound and light, gather together once more. We've all been together before, dancing and singing along the same shore. So weavers of sound and light, gather together once more.
And what a perfect song for a perfect day, for a perfect moment. Right here, right now, we have gathered along the shores to come here as one thing, and that is to remember who and what we are, and that is love. Love from the deepest, poised at the center of spirit itself, is who and what we are. So there is a celebration going on today, a celebration of remembrance, not just on this last day of 2017, because in the mind of good, there is really no time or space. So that means that every moment is a new moment, a new year, a new year. So I am so blessed for us all coming together on purpose, on divine purpose. And I know that this day unfolds perfectly, easily, effortlessly for all of us knowing that this is a new beginning, a new moment in time and space. So I just say mahalo, 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 mahalo. Say it with me, mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. And we let it be, and so it is.
We send our love out to all the world. We send our love out to all the world. So, weavers of light and sound, gather together once more. We've all been together before, dancing and singing along the same shore. So, weavers of sound and light, gather together once more.
Nice. Thank you.
How nice is that?
Well, good morning. I'm Rob Jones, and I'm a certified practitioner here. And today's talk is titled Imagine That. And so I have to do the meditation today. And as I was imagining that, I saw this brand new baby that has a sash of 2018 of the new year. And then my imagination changed, and I saw myself up here in nothing but a sash. And I said, no, I don't want to imagine that. So I'm going to be... Thank you. So I know I'm going to be fired. But if you can now remove that image and settle in your chair, relax, take a deep breath, close your eyes if you would like, and go within where imagination is always there inside waiting for you to come up with the best that there can be. And someone that really knew about imagination was Albert Einstein. This is what he had to say. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. Enjoy your time. imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. And what I know right now without a doubt is that spirit is here in CSL, throughout Kauai, the world, with everything that we can imagine, because everything comes from God or spirit, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. But it's there with knowledge, love, abundance, health, everything we can imagine. And what I know, too, is that I am immersed in this. I am united with spirit. And if I can be united, everybody can be united. I know everyone is. Can't be any other way. And so today I declare, at the end of 2017, the beginning of the brand new year, 2018, Spirit is waiting to give us what we want to receive through our imagination and belief. What we can imagine and what we can believe, we can achieve through our lives. And Spirit gives this to us. So I give such thanks in knowing that we go forward from here today with a bright new future right around the corner, to go out there and manifest in ways that we can see, in ways that are even better than that. And so in grateful thanksgiving, I release my word into the law that always says yes to what we can imagine and believe. And so as we say together, and so it is.
Breathe in, breathe out.
This is in your program.
Breathe in, breathe out. 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 When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in, another way. I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out. 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 When I breathe in light. When I breathe out joy. When I breathe in light. When I breathe out joy. Breathe in, breathe out. 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 When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out I breathe out love.
Mahalo. Thank you, Rob. I'm up. I am. Yeah. So here we are at the end of a year and the beginning of a new year. And we thought that imagination was, we've had a month of belief, and of course everything starts, all our beliefs start with our imagination, right? At least that's what I know. I know for me, my imagination's always been very important to me. When I was a little girl, I used to, have lots of things that little girls and little boys have sometimes when growing up, difficult times here and there. But when I used to look forward to going into my bedroom, shutting the door and going to sleep and making up stories about all the things that weren't working out in my life, making up stories of how they did work out. So if I had a crush on a guy or something and he didn't like me, I'd sit in my bed and I'd just make up these fantasies of going on these adventures and things like that. And it was so important to me. Maybe it's why I ended up in theater. I don't know, but that's why I think theater is so important too, because it allows kids to use their imagination. And I think that because I was like that and because I did that and I did it throughout my life, had a really vivid imagination, that I've been able to manifest from a higher place, because I've gotten myself sometimes out of the rut of life and into a higher place of what's possible. And I think that that's really important, that we raise ourselves above our conditions and what's going on in the world to a higher place so that we can imagine a better world for us and for others. And sometimes it's easy to do for ourselves, and sometimes we see things happening and we want to fix them, or we see another person in pain and we want to fix that, and we want to imagine a better life for them. And I think that's really important that we do that. That's like one of the most important things, is that not that we fix them, because we can't, and we can't fix the world, but we can imagine from a higher place. And as we imagine, instead of condemning things and staying in the same consciousness of what's going on, we can imagine something higher, and it does make a difference. Ernest Holmes once wrote, "We can't expect our food to agree with us if we constantly condemn it." It's true, right? So I don't put anything in my mouth that I condemn, no matter what it is. And everybody has a different thing. I happen to love chocolate cake, okay? But I have a feeling in my head that if I eat it, I might get fat, right? So then I don't want to put that in my body if I'm condemning it. So I put the things in my body that I believe are good for me. But this is true with everything. If we condemn things, how can we accept them to agree with us? How can we expect them to be good? How can we condemn the ocean and say that it's dying and all of this and expect it to heal? So I think that we can use our imagination in a better way. It doesn't mean that we don't get to go out and do what we do for our ocean. I'm just using this as an example. Aw, is everything okay over there? Baby New Year, it's all right. So it doesn't mean that we don't go out to help that ocean and do the things that we want to do for it, but what are we doing as we pick up the trash? Are we condemning everybody that threw the trash in the ocean? Are we condemning and singing woeful songs about it? Or are we just, as we pick it up, saying, wow, the ocean is healing as I do this? Just one person, because one alone in consciousness with the infinite constitutes a complete majority, as Patrick told us last week. It doesn't have to be everybody. One person, then there's a ripple effect. So how are we using our imagination? That's just one example. And then the idea, I read this thing by, anybody here get Tut? T-U-T, Tut. I love that, right? He has these great, and now you can get your name put in, so it sounds like he's talking just to you. And I was going into this thing about imagination all week, and I get a message from the universe saying, don't be afraid to go where you've never gone and do what you've never done, Reverend Rita, because both are necessary to have what you've never had and be who you've never been. So this is like I'm going to read it again. Don't be afraid to go where you've never gone, take it in, and do what you've never done, because both are necessary to have what you've never had and be who you've never been. Right? Yeah. So I think about times in my own life that I stretched myself beyond what was happening. I took a step in a direction that was not comfortable, because if I didn't do that, nothing in my life would have changed. Like sometimes we go, why is my life changing? Why isn't my life changing? Well, we're not taking any steps. We're just doing the same things over and over again. So it's sometimes scary to take that goal where we've never gone and do, but you know what? It's not just a physical thing, because if you do it when it's just a physical thing, like, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to plunge myself into this. I'm going to move to New York right now or whatever. But you have no thought behind it. I mean, I've done that in my life. I wanted to live in the country so bad. I picked up my whole family and we just went to the country, and it lasted about a year. We lost money on a house because we had to sell it right away because I was so miserable there. So, but it was just like, it was just, so it's not about plunging in and doing things without thought behind them, but it's about starting up here. Can we go in our imagination? Can we go in our minds where we've never gone before? Can we even entertain the idea that maybe illness is not a necessary thing? Maybe it's a fact and we're experiencing it, but maybe it's not necessary. Could we actually imagine that? Because when we start, I mean, I bet there was well, of course there was a time when people never thought they could take a plane up into the air and fly, right? But somebody had to imagine it. So can we imagine things that have never happened before? Can we go where we've is there a line from something? Star Trek or something? What is that?
Star Trek.
Okay, well, look at Star
Yeah.
Trek, right? I don't know if you saw the film. What was it called? The Truth is in the Stars, yeah, which is a great film about how Star Trek influenced the space industry. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. But I'm just saying, can we imagine bigger than what we see in front of us, especially? Because we see a lot of, stuff in front of us that's not so happy and not so good and not so, and when I use the word good, I'm not using the word like bad people or something like that. I'm just saying things that we don't agree with necessarily, or that we say, oh my God, look what they're doing to our world. Oh my God, look what that, this, what's happening here, what's happening there. But can we imagine something bigger? So my whole thing this year is to step into a bigger thinking, to step beyond, even beyond where I've gone now. I want to go beyond that. I want to get bigger. I want to think bigger ideas. And every time I find myself spiraling down, which I do too, guys, that I can spiral up so fast and say, no, there's more to this than this. And there's mysteries to life that I don't understand. People go through things, I don't understand those things. And that's okay. But what do I understand for myself, and what do I see for those people that are experiencing things that I don't understand? Because I don't have control over everybody's life. That's the other thing. We don't have control over everybody's life. We want to. We want to make it better, like I said before, but we don't. But what we can do is we can imagine the best for everyone. It sounds Pollyanna, but it is. And what's wrong with that? I'm considered the Pollyanna of my family, and most of the time they don't want to talk to me because I'm going to be too positive with them. Does it mean I don't listen to them and don't hold them when they're hurting and all of that? No, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean I'm callous and I don't realize that people are suffering sometimes, but I'm not willing to wallow in it with them. I want to bring them up. I want to hold them in whatever that is, but I also want to be a presence of love. Sometimes that's all we can do is be a presence of love. Doesn't mean we have to say anything. I've got stuff going on in my family now. They're not going to listen anyway, but I've got stuff going on right now that I can do nothing but be a presence of love. That's all I can do is be a presence of love. So we can all do that. We can all be a presence of love. We don't have to change anybody. We only have to change our own minds. So let's just know that we're using our imagination and that it's intuiting through, and we get to believe from that place, from a higher place. Because we all have, like we talked about last week, the Christ mind, not the Jesus, the mind he used, which was the Christ mind, which we all have. Remember we said that? We're all privy to that. And when we use that Christ mind, we can elevate ourselves to a higher place because it's all there in us. It's all there, and we don't have to wait till January 1st to do it. We can do it right now. And if we change our mind about something that we declare, we can change our mind again, and we can change it again, because we're evolving, we're expanding, and just because we make a decision, it doesn't have to stay that. We can make another decision. And we can make that decision from a higher place, because we're constantly growing and we're constantly evolving. So I know that what I'm declaring for this new year is that it's my happiest year ever, my best year ever, and then let everything follow from that. So, and I know that for each one of you too. So that's all I'm going to say right now. So mahalo for listening. We got more later, so yeah.
Blessed river, polishing stone, she's polishing our heart. We're claiming our throne to live side by side in our awakened homes. Love is always watching. Love is always watching. And I'm gonna sing, singing prayers of freedom, and I'm gonna singing prayers of freedom, and I'm gonna singing prayers of freedom, singing prayers of freedom for modern man. Medicine giver, give us the spirit of this land. It's polishing our hearts in ways we could not understand. To live side by side and open both our hands. Love is always watching. Love is always watching. And I'm gonna singing prayers of freedom, and I'm gonna singing prayers of freedom, and I'm gonna singing prayers of freedom, singing prayers of freedom for this land. Brothers and sisters, brave people of the night, we followed our hearts into the truth. We have arrived to live side by side in this glorious light. Love is always watching. Love is always watching. And I'm gonna singing prayers of freedom, and I'm gonna singing prayers of freedom, and I'm gonna singing prayers of freedom, singing prayers of freedom for all the world. Blessed river, polishing stone, she's polishing our hearts. We're claiming our throne to live side by side in our awakened homes. Love is always watching. Love is always watching. And I'm gonna singing prayers of freedom, and I'm gonna singing prayers of freedom, and I'm gonna singing prayers of freedom, singing prayers of freedom for all the world. Yes, we're singing prayers of freedom for all the world. We're singing prayers of freedom for all the world.
Mahalo. Freedom. Yes, freedom is a choice. It really is. It doesn't feel like it sometimes, but it is. So we're all talking about imagination today. I saw this wonderful, I was going to say billboard, but we don't have billboards. But I saw it on this wonderful advertisement. It says, challenge old thinking. Challenge old thinking. And I thought of that this morning, and I thought, wow, how many things do I think and I believe that I've just been doing it for so long that I've said it so long and I've done it so long that I actually believe it, but it's not what I really believe. Anybody ever been there? Yeah, yeah. Good old Einstein, I got a little something from him again today. He says, imagination is everything. It is a preview of life's coming attraction. Wow. That's a good thing and maybe not so good at times. It's a preview. Yeah, I love that. I went to see the movie The Greatest Showman, and here's the deal. If you didn't like it, it's okay, I loved it. But we got something out of it, so I get to say something about it today. We were thinking about it, I was thinking about this idea of critics, because I'm going to digress just for a moment. How dangerous they are. How dangerous it is for somebody to put in a newspaper that they personally did not like something and then suggest it to all of the world and then not go to it accordingly. I used to know that in New York when people would be sold out for 3 months in advance in a Broadway show, and one man, who probably can't even sing a note, just saying, happens to say it didn't work for him, so the show closed. That doesn't work for me, because we're living right now in the greatest show on earth. We are living in the greatest show on earth. And this man who, it's all about Barnum, P.T. Barnum, and it's just a fun show, but it's not about is the movie good, it's about what the movie held for me personally. This man said, imagine a place where people can see things they've never seen before. That's where we live. Look around you. There is nobody the same. Wow. Whoever did that kind of creating, man, said, oh, it's not good enough. Nobody's going to be duplicated. I love that imagination part of it. And I loved it because it gave me a lot of inspiration when I watched the movie. And what it was is that he brought what they call freaks and outcasts into the spotlight. Have you ever felt like a freak? Yeah. Or an outcast? I know I personally have. I know sometimes in this particular philosophy, in this teaching of science and mind and spirit, I may not feel like a freak, but I sometimes feel like an outcast. Because there's a lot of people that think what I'm doing is pretty freaky. How dare you? How dare you say the world is wondrous, delicious? How dare you? What are you, running a circus? And indeed I am. I imagined you. And the good news is you imagined me. So isn't that great news? It just gives me God bumps all over. To think that we made each other up. Wow. I'm looking at this wonderful full room and I'm saying, wow, I imagined you. Rita and I, 5 years ago, that's what I loved about P.T. Barnum. He created something from nothing. He said, I got an idea. And everybody said, you're crazy, man. He says, let's bring all the outcasts out into the spotlight and let's have the greatest show on earth. No one ever made a difference, P.T. Barnum says, by being like everyone else. It's the individuality that is so breathtaking. I'm digging this thing called life lately because it's an honor. Every breath that we take is an honor. Not that we have to pay homage to something outside of ourselves, but this morning, right now, as we're breathing, what a gift. What a gift. And I love it. Freaks and outcasts. Now, I don't want you walking away with any kind of complex, like he called me a freak or all that kind of stuff, because I know I'll be getting the email, you know what I mean? You know, I didn't really appreciate you calling me a freak today. It was like, you know, I was sensitive and I wanted, but, and then she's going, I'm a freak? No. So I was also thinking, I love another quote that they said, the critic that banned him, and said, you're nothing, you're, blah, 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 blah. He says, you are putting folks of all kinds on that stage with you, presenting them as equals.
Whoa.
Hello?
Whoa.
Yeah. You have the audacity to put them up as equals to you. God, we've lived in that for far too long. We have lived in it far too long. Wow. So I was thinking this morning, this whole week, about this whole idea of belief. And I'm not an artist, but I am in my mind. And I was thinking that my whole mind, my entire life has been a canvas that I've been painting on my entire life. And what's good about it is sometimes we paint things and we look back at them and we say, not so much. But then we can just wipe it clean, yeah? And have a blank canvas. I used to always say I wanted to have, and I don't know why I don't do it, so if you guys want to buy it for me and make that happen, it's fine. But I always wanted a portrait in my home of a blank canvas, and I saw it in gold, not real gold if you can't afford it, but gold frame, and it was just wonderful, and it was called Possibilities. Possibilities. That's all we are. We have an art gallery in our minds. I read this wonderful quote. It said, a good plan for 2018. Stop being afraid of what could go wrong and think of what could go right. Things go wrong in our lives. I love that sound. I know some of you may not be thinking always the same thing, but I love that sound because what that sound of that baby is saying, I don't care what you think. I don't care. It says, I'm just expressing life moment to moment to moment to moment. My possibilities. Anyway, back to my painting. So I have this art gallery in my mind and filled with imagination, and sometimes I imagine things that turn up in my life, and I look at it and I go, who painted that? Oops, I did. We must remember, I painted you, and you painted me. Whew. Nice. So I was thinking about all this time to reflect. And I was thinking all my reflections are really just the directions that my life has taken. I'm not so interested anymore on reflecting, though I love it. I look back and go, wow, look what you did and how far you came and why'd they do that. I'm more interested right now in what my direction is. I can pull up my past and all of my reflections as much as I want. And yes, I can, exactly. I don't care. I can do that, but what's more important is what direction that I want to take in my life. My reflections are my direction. I get to learn from them or not. I was running on my wonderful Kaua'i because I've been running again, and I'm so thrilled. Hello. I got up to Rita the other day, and she was turning at the end of the path, and she was like, oh, it's Patrick. She thought I'd be all the way back there, but I was like, yeah, I pretending not that I couldn't run. But this word came for me, and it said, I said, give me a word for the new year. And the word was poised. Poised. And it just gave me that same feeling. I could actually feel the energy in the room shift when I said, poised. I want to be poised in life. I want when things happen to me that I don't understand, I want to be poised at the center of spirit. I want to be poised at the center of abundance. And when things are so horrendous in my mind, I want to be poised in love. I want to be able to rock myself in love, poised. When someone comes and I start to get defensive, I know nobody in this room's ever done that, but I've done it once or twice. I'm still working on all that. And they start to come up, and you want to react. I want to be poised. I want to be poised and say, nothing. What a feat that would be for Reverend Patrick. I want to be able to look at someone and say, nothing, except I love you. And they don't even need words. That's an important thing for me in 2018. Plus I will say thanks. I know I could just see all of you out there going, I'd like to see the day he's not going to say something on something. Don't judge me. But it is, and I had this idea of a canvas, and then I'll wrap this up. I wrote in a blog, I invite us today to retreat to the art studio of the imaginative mind. Take your blank white canvas of the mind and just be with it. Take some time to live in the emptiness of the canvas. I have been so busy filling it all up that I haven't lived in the emptiness of the canvas, which is imagination. It is only then that we can allow the fire of inspiration to take hold, that we begin to paint with the colors of our imagination, to sit in the emptiness of a canvas. That can be scary, because there's nothing to do, nothing to say, nothing to fix, nothing to be. And a place I've been every once in a while, nothing to prove. Nothing to prove. Yeah. Delicious. It's just delicious. So what I know for each and every one of you, I hope I'm not known as sometimes, I was thinking to myself, I love the idea that I can stand in front of you and we can come up here and I can let you see me feel. What a gift. So what I know for each and every one of you is that whatever you paint in this coming year, whether it be vibrant or whether it be any color that you can imagine, know that it is your painting. It is your art gallery. You can be and do and have anything that you want. And if you're experiencing any kind of pain, just know that you are wrapped in love. Not just by this room and this family, but by an energy that allowed all of us to be here together in the first place. I painted you. And you're a masterpiece. You are a masterpiece. And thank you for painting me, because I am a masterpiece. Namaste. Other people do on Sunday mornings. I don't know.
Yay. I think it's our time for giving. Yeah.
Which is so funny because that's all we've been doing since we got here.
More giving.
Giving and receiving.
So in your program, there is a affirmation for us to repeat together. And we thank you in advance for all the amazing support Center for Spiritual Living Kauai has gotten this year. So mahalo, mahalo from the deepest part of our hearts. Going into our 5th year. Woo! It's really amazing, right? And it's all because of all of us in this room and beyond this room. Thank you to everyone on the mainland and everywhere.
Mahalo.
So let's repeat the affirmation together. I freely and joyously give from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth, knowing that my gift goes with love as it touches and blesses Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, my life and the world. And so it is. And we got a great song today, one of my favorites.
I give thanks for life from my roots up to my crown. I give thanks for love that's within and all around. I give thanks for the rain, sacred waters of rebirth. I give thanks for the sun always shining on the earth. I give thanks for I am a conscious co-creator. I give thanks for I am my own liberator. I give thanks for you, you who shine so true. Aloha, I honor the divinity in you. Mahalo, keakua. Mahalo, nui loa. Mahalo, kahonua. Me ke kai me ka makani a me kahua. I give thanks for I am a conscious co-creator. I give thanks for I am my own liberator. I give thanks for you, you who shine so true. Aloha, I honor the divinity in you. Mahalo, keakua. Mahalo, nui loa. Mahalo, kahonua. Me ke kai me ka makani a me kahua. I give thanks for I am conscious co-creator. I give thanks for I am my own liberator. I give thanks for you, you who shine so true. Aloha, I honor the divinity in you. Aloha, I honor the divinity in you.
Well, imagine that. Imagine everything that this comes in here to CSL Kauai and goes out into the world. So I am so thankful to everyone who has contributed to the growth of CSL, to themselves, and to the world. As we say together, and so it is.
Do we have our children? Yes? Our child today, okay. Oh, no, we've got children.
Hey, we've been hearing children.
We
so
can
I
always
know we
count on
got 'em.
Malia.
Bring them up.
It's okay. Yay.
There's little
Everybody, this is
Malia.
Janice. She's our youth director, and Amelia, and Malia.
Good morning. We had fun today opening coconuts, and we saw a whale jump and made a God's eye and talked about how our thoughts affect our body in our book Unstoppable Me. And Amelia has a affirmation that she does every day that she wants to share with you.
I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy.
So now we want to give you our affirmation. It's in the program. Just repeat after me. You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. Thank you. Mahalo. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. That was beautiful. Thank you, Janice, for holding the space for our youth.
And one little other thing, there's been something going on here during the week. What happened to this money? That was, what's that? I bought, yeah. Well, here's the deal. They went in and came in and counted. Deborah and Reverend Rita. They came in and counted. We even went to that place where you could put the change in. I'm telling you, they do things right here on Kauai. And guess what? And we have a total for our building fund.
From
and
that
it is
jar.
from this jar.
You wrote it down. What was it?
It would-
It was $1,433 and some odd cents.
There we go. Since
All in
we've
a
been
jar.
doing this all in a jar. We've been doing it little bit by little bit, and so there we are.
Hey, there
I
you
wanted
go.
to share that with you. And I said, well, did you leave anything in? And Rita goes, $1. I always like to leave the change because I want to count it.
I know.
There we go. So thank you, mahalo.
Mahalo for
We
that.
start right where we are.
Okay, and so before we go into our
Yeah.
ceremony, so we will have some practitioners up here after center service. Reverend Diane, Malia, you'll be up here? Yes? Okay, good. All right, and so that is a gift to you if you have something you want known, something you want to experience. They will know the truth for you, so come up and have a spiritual mind treatment with them. They would love to nurture you. All right, so we're going to ask Reverend Diane to come up now, and Deborah. And so which one are you taking? This one, right? Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm going to get this out of the way while we explain what's going to happen next. All right. Now, I ask everybody to be very careful when they're walking up here, and there's plenty of time. We've got like 3 bowls going, so, well, no, I guess we do, right? Okay. Do we have 3 stirs, though? We only have 3 stirs. Okay. All right, I'll give directions. I'm in my direction mode here. Okay, so you've been given a little piece of paper. You're writing your intention on there, right, for the new year, and then you are going to walk up here. I guess those that are closer to this side might want to come this way. Let's try to just do the best we can. Go slow. We have plenty of time. It's only 5 after 10. We're good. And you will put that in your intention in the water, all right? And then the gracious, wonderful facilitators here will stir for you, and you will see the magic. And just know when you're doing this, what you're doing is you're putting your intention into mind, liquid mind, that takes that into that one spirit, that one power that we've talked about, and makes it manifest. So just know, and then you just, once you've done it, we let it go, and we'll do a treatment after we're all done. And while we're doing this, we are going to sing a beautiful song. Oh yeah, I better do the thank yous first. I didn't thank everybody. Hey, you know what? I'm just going to thank everybody today. Rob and Ron and everybody that helped today. Thank you, thank you. I will put it in the email. Thank you. Everybody that's helped all year, thank you. Make sure you get this on tape. All right. And those of you that are online, you can do it just metaphorically and be with us. All right. So are we ready for our song? Okay, so I would just start in the front and work your way, and just slowly. And you're not forced to do this. If you don't want to, that's fine. But as soon as it stops, okay.
And so it is.
Go ahead, start singing.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
So it is.
No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday that you will join us and the world can be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday that you will join us, and the world can be as one. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. You may say I'm dreaming, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday that you will join us, and the world can be as one. Imagine there's no countries.
Is everybody gone?
It's easy if you try. Nothing to kill or die for.
I think everybody's gone. Keep going, singing. Imagine all the people. I think that's it.
Living life in peace. You may say I'm dreaming, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday that you will join us,
I'll do the prayer in the middle of the song.
and the world can live as one.
So what I know right here and right now is that we are that one mind, that one spirit, that one life, that one source, that one love. That's all that we are. There's nothing else. We are spirit, pure spirit. No matter where we are or what we're doing right now, that's all that we are, love. And I know that every intention comes from that love, put into the liquid mind of spirit, that one mind that manifests everything. I know that every intention that's put into this bowl today as a metaphor of that is made manifest. We don't have to wait. It's made manifest right here and right now in the mind that maketh all. So I know there is nothing that is too big or too small. There is only good, there is only God, there is only light, there is only power, there is only joy, there is only beauty, there is only wisdom and infinite intelligence everywhere present in and through each of us. And everything is made manifest right here and right now. That's what I know. So I say happy, happy New Year. Happy New Year right now. Happy New Year always. Every day new. Moving from moment to moment to moment to moment in each and every day. It is good, my friends, my family. I am grateful. I am grateful for the manifestations that have been declared today, knowing that they are already done. I accept them as done and I give thanks for them. I know that they are done. And so I just bless it and I release it. I let it go and get out of the way of how it happens and just know that it has already happened as we affirm together, and so it is.
Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer,
Yes.
but I'm not the only one. I hope someday that you will join us, and the world can be as one.
And so it is.
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy December birthdays. There's some cake
Oh,
back
yeah,
there.
that's right. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.